Hey everybody, happy Talkie Tuesday. My name is Dori Patrick. I'm a mixed media artist and maker living and working in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my studio. I try to check in once a week and just share little bits of my crazy creative life. And I appreciate you being here. How are you guys? So it's May now. Can you believe it? I can't. But I love May. I love the weather. I love our grass is so green because we've had plenty of rain lately. I love all the flowers blooming. It does make me sneeze a little, but I still love it anyway. So I hope this video finds you happy and well. Let's see, since I talked to you last week, oh, one thing I was going to show you, as I mentioned before, I did a little project with the kiddos. I filled in for a session in their spring session last week, and we were making little May Day cones. And I found one of the samples that I made to show them. They really love an example. Um, and some of them, like the girls really loved this pink and the little flowers. So some of them really wanted to copy this, and that was fine. But most of them really just kind of go off and do their own thing. But they painted the cones. Then I helped them get the handles on, and we had little trims and little decorations to glue on. But it was really fun. And when they got all done, I had a little magical bag of candy, and I gave everyone the same amount of candy for each of their cones. Of course, they wanted more candy, but I kept it even. They all got the same amount. And they told me they were going to give these cones to their parents, to one was giving one to their brother, to their neighbors, to their grandma. I have my suspicions about how much candy actually made it home, but that's their circus and their monkey. So anyway, that was really fun. There was a big group. Holy, it was like, I think we had 14 kids signed up. And I don't think we had quite 14, but we had close. So it was a busy room. And this time of year, I always um, sympathize with school teachers because the kids are squirrely. They are squirrely. They were squirrely that night. They were just, bouncing off the walls and full of energy. And yeah, so it was hard to contain them. I'm teaching one more lesson this week, and we'll see how that goes. They're probably going to wear me out again. But anyway, so I did that, and then Friday was our open house. And I again got so busy talking to people that I did not get any footage. It is so hard for me to do that, guys, because I so want to be present in the moment when I have people around me. And it, yeah. So I don't really have any footage to share with you. I have a few photos here and there. I was able to show off my door, which was really, really fun. The locals had not seen it yet. And yeah, it was a wonderful turnout. The main purpose of this open house was the academy was sharing how far they'd come within the year. So and they have come far. Like if you see the photos compared to what things look like now, it's just a completely different, magical, wonderful place, full of color, full of life. It's awesome. So because I had already had an open house with my show, I didn't really excuse me, I didn't really do a whole lot. We did have some merchandise here, some cards and stickers, and we did sell a few things. So that was nice. But that is all cleaned up. I came by over the weekend and cleaned it all up because I knew I wanted to hit the ground running this week. I have a lot to do. It's time to really buckle down and get ready for show season. My first official show of the season out of town is the beginning of June, and we are going to Columbia, Missouri. So if you're in the Columbia, Missouri area, look for me. The show is Art in the Park. um, the details are all on my website. I'll try to find a link to share with you here in the show notes. But so that's my first one. And then we've got stuff kind of just stacking up for the summer. The summer is getting quite full. So, and I love that. I love show season. It's fun. It's fun to meet you all in person. And, I feel like getting my original art in front of actual eyeballs is so good. Like, there's something so different about interacting with my work in person than online. So I'm very excited to share what I'm up to there. Um, and yeah, I think that's all the news right now. It's just beautiful outside, and I'm trying to just stick to my to-do list and get my things done. When the weather's beautiful, it's easy to get distracted. Like, I want to, go play outside mostly, but I won't. I will work. So one of the things I have to get done this week, and I'm going to take you along, I'm actually going to take the camera and put you overhead over the work table. Every once in a while, I don't do it regularly, but I have signed up this year for iHanna's Postcard Swap. She is a mixed media artist based in Sweden, and I think twice a year. I think she does a spring and a fall. She hosts a postcard swap. So I'll share a link to her website. I don't think it's too late to still sign up if you want to join in, but you'll have to go to her website and double check. And if it's too late, she'll probably do it again in the fall, so you can join us then. But you pay her a small fee and you make 10 mixed media postcards. However you want to make them. I don't even know how I'm going to make mine yet. I'm just going to kind of follow I'm just going to play. And I tried to make each one individual, but sort of have a theme. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so you pay her a small fee. You make your 10 postcards. And then I think at the end of this week or coming up soon, she assigns you your addresses, the people you are sending your postcards to. So, and then you just get them in the mail. And here in the States, all that's required is a postcard stamp. There is a specific postcard stamp, as long as it's a standard size postcard and doesn't weigh too much. Of course, postage is more if it's a bigger piece, if it's in an envelope, you want a regular stamp for those. And then, of course, it costs more to do international. And this is an international swap. I have never found that it costs more than like $1 or $2 to mail my postcards overseas. I don't know how much that has changed, but just a heads up. Of course, it costs a little more to send them overseas, and it takes a little longer. But all the deets are on her webpage, and I'll put a link to that. But that's what I'm working on in this video. I'm going to bring you along as I work on my 10 mixed media postcards. As I'm recording this, I do not know how they're going to turn out. We're just going to get after it. And the most important thing is that you have fun, really. And that's what it's all about. And I have received some fun mail from people all over the world. And it's so much fun to have something fun and colorful come in your mailbox instead of bills. You know what I mean? Or advertisements. So let's get going. I'm going to bring you over to the work table and we'll get started on these 10 mixed media postcards. Okay, here we go, friends. This is VoiceOver Dori. This is the paper I'm using. It's Bristol paper that I had in my file cabinet. It's nice and strong. On the label, it says it's intended for dry mediums, but I sort of pushed that a little bit, and it worked out just fine. So I have 10 postcards cut out, 4 by 6. And I'm starting off with some China marker, or China pencil, I guess is what you call it, in black. It's sort of a waxy black crayon. And I just do a little doodle on each one. You're going to see me do same, but different on each card. I kind of like doing that. I kind of like running with the theme and just adding the same element, but just in a different spot, possibly. So I'm adding some little tick marks, which are some of my favorites. And then I grab a colored pencil. This is just a cheapy one. Usually I love my Prismacolor, but I really wanted this neon, and I know it doesn't quite pick up in the video very well, but it's sort of a neon pinky red. And I'm doing just really light scribbles on each card. And I pause now and again to sharpen the pencil. I can go through pencils, that's for sure. It's really fun to start out this way, just scribbling. Then I decide I kind of want a little block of that color. So I find a little section on each card and scribble it in a little bit. I love a neon. I love a neon. As you can see, I sped this up quite a bit. I can't remember how much I sped this up, but this video would be very long if I didn't. So next step, I need to add some collage, and I grabbed these painted papers out of my collage bin. The ones I'm tearing up with the ruler there, that is newsprint paper that I may have just had as an underpaper or a blotting paper. And I just grabbed it and decided, okay, we're going to use this. So I kind of cut it up into a few different pieces, and we're going to glue some down on each card. I am using Yoo-Hoo glue sticks, those big yellow glue sticks. Those are my favorite. And I have a little old piece of notebook paper off to the side there you see on the right. I use that for my gluing so that I can get the glue on all the edges and corners. Since these are going through the mail, I really want to be sure everything is glued down thoroughly. As I'm working, I'm not too worried about much of anything really right now. I just am having fun putting a little element on each card. As the layers progress, you see my hands slow down and I become a little more thoughtful with what I put and where. But for right now, we're just having fun. I thought I was going to use those little green and blue strips off to the side, but I decide on more of a block of color. So I found this painted paper. It's newsprint also with a brilliant blue. I think that's the name of it. I think it's Liquitex Brilliant Blue. Whenever I have paint left over, you can't waste it. So I slap it down on whatever paper is handy so that I have collage material for later. And I really like how that blue is popping with those other bits. You'll probably see me, I don't know if you can really see it with it sped up, but after a while, my fingers were really getting sticky, you guys. I had little bits stuck to me every which way. It was kind of funny. And I'm not very careful, obviously, with my scissors. I just cut into that sticky paper with my scissors. I just don't have time to fuss with that stuff. So I just go for it. I love just making a mess and playing. This is such a great exercise if you're looking to loosen up or just, experiment a little bit. This size is just perfect for experimenting and kind of seeing what you can do. Seeing how far you can push it in the little space that you have, I think is really fun. I always feel like a piece is not complete if I don't have a little collage on it. So there's where we're at so far, and I am inspired by the little blue dots that were on that one little piece of scrap paper that I glued down. And so I take my bold bullet Posca pen. So this is the bullet tip, but the large one. And I add some more of those blue dots on every single card. This is kind of how I work. I sort of let whatever has already happened on the piece inform my next move. So that's how I came about doing these dots, is there were a couple on a piece of paper and I just added more. I actually used that particular blue marker when I was embellishing around my doorway. So it was actually looking a little shaggy. I think I had kind of worn it out a little bit, but that's what art supplies are for, right? So next up, this is a Nova Color paint in bismuth yellow. Again, there were some scraps that I had already glued down that had a little bit of yellow on them. So I'm responding to that and just adding some more. I'm also now at this point, I'm kind of digging the black marks that I made with the China marker, but I am wanting to push them back a little bit. So you'll see me layer more and more over some of the black marks. I like having a little bit of them, a little bit, but I want them to be incorporated and not be the star of the show. I still don't know exactly where these are going. I'm just making one decision at a time here. Next up is Nova Color paint again, but this time in yellow ochre. So it's kind of going with the theme here. This paint is a little more opaque, as you can see. It gives me a little more coverage, and it's a nice play off of the bright yellow. So I'm giving each one a swath of paint, and then also some little I don't know what you call them, I guess little dashes where I kind of stamp with the color shaper. I know you've seen me use these silicone wedge tools. They're also called color shapers. They are one of my all-time favorites to use. I just really enjoy them. It's a nice mix of having control with the tool, but you can also let it lose control as well, so it doesn't look so contrived, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. These were so much fun to do. I love thinking about who is going to receive these, how far these are going to travel. It's really fun to do mail art. So now I'm thinking I want to add another layer. I'm playing off the blue, and I grabbed the light turquoise Posca pen, and I decide to do some repetitive lines in different spots over the design. And then, as you can see there, I spritzed it with a little water and then dabbed it so that it's not this perfect crisp line. I really love doing that with paint pens. I love sort of breaking up the perfection. Kind of gives it another dimension, a little more texture. So I'm doing this on different places here and there. I think a lot of them it got done in the middle because that's just kind of where I felt like it needed to be broken up. But that was fun. I love a repetitive line too. Stripes are awesome. I wish I could move this fast. All right, now I am on to some more collage paper. I think I had stepped away for lunch, and I came back to this with an eye to play off of the pinks that were in the scribbles and on some of the paint splotches. So I found this cute paper that has like a kind of a wonky grid pattern. I love grid paper. I love it. Sometimes I make my own, but this is some scrapbook paper, I'm pretty sure, that I had in my stash. So I'm adding a little bit of that pink grid to each card. And I'm making the decision to push back a little more of the black scribbles. So that's kind of why you see me positioning it. I have an idea forming at this point, and there's a reason I want to push back the black a little bit. And I'm still using the Yoo-Hoo glue sticks to glue all these down. You see me sort of wiggle the paper a little bit. That's where the paper got a little funky when I got it wet with the paint. But when it was all said and done, I found that these were easy to flatten. So no worries there. I was kind of wishing that I had my washi tape with me, but I didn't have it here. So I'm just kind of going without. But so here you see, this is that color shaper tool again, and this is titanium white in golden fluid. And I start putting it on kind of precisely, but then I decide, okay, I really like the messy look. So I'm putting it a little thicker where I want to push the black lines back. And then I just kind of flop it around and let it be messy. And that just feels more me. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure how well it really shows on the camera, but you really can see those black lines still. They're just pushed back. So you know, a lot of people ask, well, why do we bother doing all these layers? And does it matter? And to me, I really feel like it does. I really feel like it makes a difference. You do see little snippets of, you know, what came before, and I love that. Okay, so this is the idea that was forming in my brain. I decided I was going to write the word hi on all of them, and I remembered my fun little letter stencils, the block letter stencils. I think you've seen me use these a couple of times. And I pulled out the H and the I, and this is the first one. I wanted to see if it's what I want, and it is. I love. So pushing back all those black marks really allows the black lettering to pop, and so that's what I go with. And so I really sped this up because it took some time to get done. I traced the inside of each one with a pencil first, and then I came back and colored them all in at once. So I did the H and the I, and then I would put a little period. And then there's another little part of the message, which you'll see here in a little bit. But I love a block letter. It was really fun to do these. I just had a little podcast going, I think, when I worked on these. It was really relaxing. We have just had some beautiful weather here in Iowa. Beautiful. It was a beautiful spring day. Warm and sunny and breezy. I heard we were supposed to get some rain tonight, but I don't know if that's happening or not. So here I am with that Posca pen. That's what I colored that first one in with. Actually, that first one, I colored it in with a thinner nib, like a more of a fine point, and it didn't work as well. So I bumped up the size of the nib, and I did the medium bullet nib, and that worked a lot better. It was just a little juicier and worked with the textures and things that I had underneath. And I think I cut this off. I think I didn't show you me coloring every single high in. I think it'll end here in a sec. 10 is a lot for you guys to watch. There they are, and I'm so happy with how they look. I'm doing just little touch-ups here with the glue. Just looking for little places where the black maybe looks kind of funky by the letters, and I just add a little white to clean it up a little bit. Then this looks like a yellow Posca pen, but it's actually their newer color. It's called grape green. So it's kind of this acid yellow green, which I'm not sure it picks up very well here on the camera, but I love this. I love this paint pen. It's so cool. It's just a fun color. It's not yellow, it's not green, it's somewhere in between. That is a Neocolor 1. I opted for the Neocolor 1 because it's permanent, and I didn't want to mess around with anything too water soluble since these are going to be going through the mail. Okay, now this is exciting. Well, exciting to me anyway. This, I decided I wanted some kind of little typed message at the bottom of these, and I thought of the message, "You are beautiful." So I found these clear matte shipping labels, and I printed on them on my inkjet printer. I just printed "You are beautiful, you are beautiful" over and over and over on this whole sheet. And so now I have this whole big bunch of them, and they are clear
and matte. And I skipped over all the stickering so you could see. Isn't that cute? It just looks like it was popped into a typewriter and typed on the bottom. I am going to use this technique more. I love that it is clear and matte and can look like it's just embedded in your design. I'm very happy. I don't know how or why I thought of that, but I'm so glad I did. So I love to have my postcards divided. I love a clear, distinct area for the address and a clear, distinct area to write my message. So I took my ruler, I didn't do any measuring, I just estimated and put a line down the back for my message and the address. Next up, the final touch, matte varnish. I did a light coat of matte varnish over the front of each piece. Again, they're going through the mail. This sort of seals the deal, makes everything pop, but mostly protects the surface so that it can survive the postal system. So this is Liquitex matte varnish. Even though it says matte varnish, it does give me a little bit of a sheen, but that's okay. It gives it a nice finish and protects the surface so it can go through the mail okay. I love how these turned out. I'm excited to receive my addresses and of my new friends in the States and all over the world and get these sent out. If you ever get a chance, join a postcard swap. It's so much fun. And this has really challenged me creatively and given me some new ideas for my work. So it's a win-win. Thank you so much for being here this week, you guys. I sure appreciate it. If you are inclined, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Share what you're up to. I always love hearing from all of you. Thanks for being here. See you next time.